This is February 23rd, and this is Alicia Humphreys interviewing Brent Muscat for Fans Perspective Relaunch. Hello, Brent.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Okay, so I'm going to keep things really casual for you. Just ask you a few questions. Obviously, most people are going to know you from previous Manifest or Pussycat, which I have heard is touring now.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of wondering, what your thoughts are about that. Is it touring without you? And I know that there's a bit of an issue there when everything kind of ended.
We had a little fallout, Tammy and I, but I always think I played with him so long. He was kind of like an older brother, and sometimes brothers fight and stuff. So since then, we made up, and he's jammed with me a few times since that fallout.
Yeah.
So we sort of patched things up.
Well, that's good. Good to hear.
As far as friends and stuff. He's kind of doing a little different direction than what I was sort of used to with a band. So not really sort of my thing, you know what I mean, as much. But I'm happy for him, you know what I mean? I don't wish anybody any ill will or anything.
Yeah, so no hopes of having any of that Brent Muscat guitar
With him?
with Faster Pussycat anytime in the future?
I never say never, but I don't think. I mean, there could always be, sometimes he was talking about like maybe getting like the original guys back together, like a one-time thing, I think that might be fun, but, I'm fine if it doesn't happen because, I thought what we did was so great. Sometimes I always think it's like sometimes best to leave things the way they were and great.
Go out on a high note.
You go out on a high note,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, cashing your chips
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
up,
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. What about, now you're Sin City Sinners,
Right.
and what I'm curious about is, since you guys have patched things up, would there ever be maybe a dual show, Faster Pussycat, Sin City Sinners?
I don't know. I never say never, Actually, March 23rd, I'm going to Japan with Phil Lewis of Alica Jones. So I'm actually thinking about really trying to do some new stuff and do some different things, I'm even actually thinking of taking a break from Sin City Sinners for a while and trying some different things, different projects and stuff,
Really interesting, because I know that you did the LA Guns and then back 2004, and how was that?
That was great, a lot of fun, yeah. So when I was actually I was talking to someone about going to Japan, and I said, my friend Phil Lewis lives here in Las Vegas. I go, let's, why don't I just get him on the plane? If I'm flying from there, get another ticket, and we'll go do some Faster Pussycat and LA Guns and Sin City Sinner songs, some LA Guns songs, and so the people in Japan, the promoters were like, oh, cool, yeah. So that would be really fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So about albums, anything coming out? I was looking at the Sin City Sinners records and just noticing that, we haven't had anything super recent from you guys.
We have some new songs, we just haven't recorded anything. But I guess Sin City Sinners, between the Christmas and original and cover records, we have like 5 records out. But we haven't done anything for a while, but we do have a few new songs. I don't know what's going on though. Like I said, I'm taking a little bit of a break, so I might do some. I was even thinking maybe doing my own record, like something with friends. And
that's good. My next question is there just going to be something? Are we going to be able to
hear
something?
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I've been even the girl you saw tonight, Sienna King. I've been writing songs. Yeah, she's really good. I've been writing songs with her, so I might try to play out with her a little bit. Like I said, just do my own thing, where I just have friends and make it like a party atmosphere,
There's some great albums that come from artists who have just basically gotten together with friends
and just collaborate and do something,
Yeah, Slash kind of did that, and Nikki Sixx did that, the 6 a.m. album.
Yeah, all the 6 a.m. stuff, it's just kind of, some of that stuff, some of those side projects, I don't want to say I like it more, but it's really exciting where you're like, wow, I was a fan of Motley Crue, but I really like this stuff when they sort of try different things.
I love it when you branch out because people know you from your previous works, in the 80s, 90s and things like that. So when you come out with something new or any news vocalists and musicians that people recognize from more recent music. I think it's really cool when you get that compilation together and it sounds amazing.
One of my favorite Cincy Sinners record, we did a CD called Dive Bar Days Revisited, and we just did that. We had like different singers. I sang one song, Zach, our singer, sang one song at that time. Phil Lewis from LA Guns came in and sang a song. Gilby Clarke from Guns N' Roses did one. Todd Kearns, our original singer, did a song on it. So it was just a real big, like, cool party record where it was like a bunch of friends. You know what I mean? It wasn't about one person. It was just about like the whole group of guys. So I think I might like to do something like that again.
That's very, very cool. Now you mentioned Todd Kearns, and he was on tour with Slash.
Yeah.
Now I am a huge, not to take away from yourself, but I'm a huge Aerosmith fan. So I was reading that you got Jimmy Crespo from Aerosmith, and I was wondering what it was like to play with him.
Awesome. He's a great guitar player. So that would be another guy I would try to get, on the record if I could. You know what I mean? Just get him.
That's very awesome.
There's a lot of guys here that live here and have moved from LA that have moved here to Vegas, so it's really I think this is a good spot for music now.
I've noticed that having my friend Evan here living in Vegas, he seems to run into a lot of rock stars that have taken up residence in Vegas, so I guess it's the place to be.
Yeah, it's kind of the place to be,
for quite a few reasons, but I'm sure that there's more I don't know about. But kind of on a Vegas note, I was looking into a Paul Miles Sex Tips from Rock Stars.
The book, yeah.
And I was kind of wondering about, what your contribution to that was.
Oh my God, I forgot, but it was something about like, I don't even remember. I was like, I don't know. I need to read it. It's been a long time, but I'm like, oh my God. I'm turning red now, blushing.
Vegas, right? And then I found it, so thought that was pretty
I was
good.
in another like groupie book too, like one of those famous groupie books too. I was in one of those too, so I need to get some of those. I need to actually go buy some of those books and go.
And look at it. And see
keep them, lock them away though from my kids, until they hit 18.
Yeah, let's not see what they're doing.
Right? Yeah. Gross, daddy, gross.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I have a 7-year-old daughter, so it's and I used to model and did some more risque shoots and stuff. So I try and keep those hidden away for a while.
Yeah.
And also on a Vegas note, you guys you were Best of Vegas in 2009, 2010. So that's a pretty good accomplishment.
I think we made it too I think we made it in 2014, as well.
14?
I think so. I think last year we might have made it 3 times. So that was a pretty cool accomplishment. I'm pretty happy with what we've done with the Sinners, and we've been together about 8 years, and we, in that time we've raised over $1 million for charity, which is pretty cool.
I know your hair is back nice.
Trying to. It's at that weird middle stage. I'm like, oh my God, but yeah, I shaved my head 1 year for the St. Baldrick's Children's Cancer Foundation. We've gotten proclamations by the mayor and by the governor, and they proclaimed one day the Cincy Sinners Day, and I've gotten to jam over the 8 years with so many of my friends and musical heroes as well, that I'm just really lucky, that I've been able to do it, and I think help sort of create a little bit of a scene here, be part of that.
From what I know about the more current music scene and the last 8 years when you've been the Cincy Sinners, that band has really brought a lot musically to Vegas, and it's really, and I think bands I've lost the name of them. It's that band that I said they all look like girls.
Steel Panther.
Steel Panther,
Right.
You've got bands like that kind of go on the more, extreme side of things, but that real Vegas style of music, and bands are really coming out and they're starting here and creating that name for themselves, and I think that you guys really helped pave the way.
Yeah, I mean, I like to feel like we were sort of pioneers, sort of, for it, because a lot of the bands. It might have been 1999 we were here, so maybe you're right there the next year.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. I'm 85 and I was 15.
And you were 15 then?
Yeah. Maybe 2001 because it was the summer. Yeah, it was 2001 because it was the summer and I turned. It would have been 2001. But anywho, so you're managing bands or musicians now because you got a nice little call out from
Sienna King tonight. So I'm working with her, managing, and kind of like producing, writing songs, just sort of all around, And my partner who was there tonight was an attorney, so he does a lot of the legal stuff and contracts and stuff like that for her. So it's exciting because she's really young and she's like still basically in high school, so she's at that point where like she's going to be graduating. We could actually get her out playing a lot more and stuff. So
she's got an amazing voice, and her stage presence is pretty good, and looks a little shy, but I'm sure play a few more shows in Vegas, she'll come out of her skin. Yeah. So is this your first foray into management, or?
Well, no, I've worked with other bands. I worked with some bands when I used to live in LA. There was a band I worked for out of LA called Blackboard Jungle, and we made some records with them, and I got them out on tour with opening for Faster Pussycat before. So I've worked with a lot of bands producing and stuff, and over the years, off and on.
Are you looking to start some like a small label, or are you just kind of sticking with producing and
producing and management? More now it's like with labels are almost just like record and just stick it on to iTunes yourself now. The label days I think is a little bit over, because it's really a do-it-yourself now, and somebody said, this one person approached me and said, I got a label, I want to put out your records, but I'm like, I'm not sure what he could do more than, we put our stuff on iTunes and people download it and there you go, or just even sell it at shows,
You guys have enough connections obviously now where, you can book your shows and that's more management than,
And a lot of times when you do it yourself too, you're not really splitting the money with a label. You might sell a few less, but you're making more. So there's still some labels out there doing it, but like I said, it's not like it was when I was first signed in Faster Pussycat. The music industry is like totally, completely different.
Yeah, the people that are getting signed and that are really making it, the music is so different. Whereas now there's a new band that comes out like every week, and then they're gone a week later. Whereas before bands were so big and they came out and it was this big, huge thing. And now it's like, you got so many one-hit wonders.
Yeah, it's even more so like that now,
It doesn't matter so much the music anymore, and that's what I would love to see more of, is just people who really focus on the music side of it, because that's what's important. Speaking of back to music, but now I'm curious, when it comes to labels and things, so are you just doing things all independently with Sin City Sinners and things?
Yeah, we've always just made our own stuff, and we've just put it up on iTunes and Spotify. I mean, if you go on there, you can listen to pretty much all the Sin City Center stuff for free. And I think we someone listens to it, I think you make like a penny, but it adds up, I mean, it's not a lot, but I mean, there's a check here for $10 or there's $15 here, but I mean, it's more now, I think, the music is not about making money as much as it used to be. It's more about sharing your art with the fans, and then hopefully if you could tour, there's a lot of other ways to make money, hopefully like t-shirts and, meet and greets, and there's other things that, bands now sell their own guitars or they sell clothing lines. It's a whole different thing than it used to be.
Yeah, that's where you're making your money now. Yeah, that's
a lot of selling a poster or like I said, a meet and greet party or hiring somebody for a corporate event,
I just have a few more questions, just basic stuff about. So who would, if you could tour with me, any band out there, alive, dead, whatever, who would it be?
Gosh, even if that's like a band that's not touring anymore, like an old band.
Any band, like I said, alive, dead, they come back, they're zombies, they're playing their instruments.
Sly and the Family Stone, I would do. And they were like, I think they played at Woodstock, but they were around that generation with Hendrix and, late 60s, early 70s. I think that would be cool to go back and be able to, or be on like a show like Woodstock with like Hendrix and, the greats, you know what I mean, of that sort of psychedelic funk thing, I think would be great. Of course, the Beatles, when they went through their drug psychedelic thing would have been really cool, I like David Bowie, of course, but even like early David Bowie, at that early 70s stuff. But new bands, I don't know. I think of Guns N' Roses. I got to tour with Guns N' Roses, opened for them back in the day. But if they did a reunion, I'd love to go back out with like the original lineup of Guns N' Roses. I heard rumors they would do like a reunion with all original guys. I think something like that would be really cool.
I think that would take a lot of counseling between
Probably.
the members.
But see, now there's a reason I'd go back if with Faster. If somebody said Guns N' Roses is going to take Faster Pussycat opening again, like they did back in the day in like '86, '87, we toured with them around Europe and stuff. But I would do it then. I would go, okay, because but they're not even a new band anymore. They're almost like a classic band now. But so I don't know new bands. I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything really new.
That's the problem with new bands is that nobody really, it's so like, especially when it comes to bands that they call rocks now,
Right.
it's all like, prefabricated garbage.
I
Most
liked
of it,
a lot of the stuff
unfortunately.
though. I liked a lot of the stuff that came out of Seattle, like that sort of killed our music scene. I like a lot of that stuff, Soundgarden and a lot of that stuff. So I still like a big fan of Chris Cornell. I think what he did, what was the other thing he did? Audio Slave, I thought that stuff was really cool. But even that is kind of old now, so I'm just an old guy, so I don't know. But yeah, I would like, if I was listening to something a little current, it would be like something like that. Like, let me see what Chris Cornell's doing, or even the guys from Guns N' Roses, what new projects are they doing, I would listen to that.
Obviously Guns N' Roses, there's the connection with LA Guns there as well, so.
Yeah, so. And I like listening, believe it or not, like, around Christmas time, the Sin City Center's Christmas records are really fun to listen to, and I really enjoy that because I could share with my family too. I got 2 kids, so I could put on the Christmas music, and they're like singing Christmas standards, but like our versions of them, so.
Speaking of the Christmas record, how was it working with Jizzy Pearl from Rat?
Oh, really fun, really fun. He was my roommate here, and when I first moved to Las Vegas, Jizzy was my roommate here, so me and Jizzy go back. I toured with Jizzy actually in a band. We were in a band with Steven Adler of Guns N' Roses called Adler's Appetite. So I got to tour with Jizzy Pearl and Steven Adler, so that was really fun.
I read Steven Adler's book, the biography that he did. It was so good.
Is it fun?
Yes.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah. Is there going to be a book in your future?
I started writing one at one time, and I wrote about half of it with a friend of mine. And then a co-writer, my friend was like co-writing, and a lot of it was me dictating or telling him stories, and he was helping me write it. But somehow we kind of got off track, and Sin City Sinners kind of started. So that kind of took a back seat. But I might revisit the book and stuff and get back to it. It'd be fun, I think.
Okay, so I have 2 final questions. Second to last question here is just what can we expect in the near future? Just kind of a sums up of what's coming up, what we can expect.
Well, I'm going to Japan with Phil Lewis March 23rd for a week, a few shows. I'm going to come back and do some more one-off shows with him, just maybe some stuff around Vegas with him. And I'm also planning to do I'm thinking about doing some place where I go and get a club and do like a jam session where I just bring in friends. you know, I don't know, you know, Brent Muscat's party or whatever it is, I might just do it and have different guys come in and sit in, you know. So having you come in and sing a song, and then I get, you know, Jizzy to come in and sing a song, and Phil Lewis to come up and make it like a party, you know. And so I think that would be cool, you know.
Fans' perspective will have to attend that when that happens.
And I'm coming to Vancouver, I think, in April. So look for that. I'll be coming to play with a friend. I have a friend that plays up there named Chico. He has a band. So when I find out what the band's called and where it's at, I will definitely let you know.
And
I'll let you know before before you finish this.
Yes,
I'll
yes.
find out.
This is probably going to launch probably in the summer, I would think. So yeah, we're hoping to launch it in the summer.
But if it works out with this, my friend, I'll probably off and on come up there to Vancouver and play with him. Once or twice a year, probably. So that would be cool.
Good, because I mean, you know, Vancouver, love to have you around, and you know, I've seen some. Because I know, like, you played Vancouver before, and I remember there's a club in Vancouver, and I can't remember it, but they have one of your show posters.
Oh wow!
Up in there, and I can't remember what it is now. But
Yeah,
I
we
remember
played it quite a bit, you know.
So, speaking of Vancouver, that brings me to my last question.
Okay.
So, what would like one or some of your, you know, your favorite Canadian bands, especially from Vancouver, but you know, if you know, there's not too many that come out of there that make it, but yeah, Canadian bands.
Artists.
Canadian artists.
I love. God, who do I love? I love this female singer, but she's slipping my tongue. I'm slipping my tongue right now.
There's so many.
I can't even pronounce her name. I always have a hard time with it. Sarah McLachlan. Oh my God, I'm a huge fan of hers. I love her voice. Who else do I like? Name some Canadian bands, some big ones up there.
Some big ones. Like I said, my Canadian.
Of course, Todd Kearns is like Canadian.
We mentioned him so many times.
You know,
like I said,
like
Rush. But that's
Rush. But like I said, female singer Sarah McLachlan and Brian Adams. Avril Lavigne, right? She's Canadian, right?
You've got Nickelback.
Yeah. Nickelback's okay. They're not my favorite, but I mean, I would say I'm a bigger fan of like before them. I would say Avril Lavigne and you know for newer, you know, but she's not even that new anymore, is she? That's what I'm saying. It's kind of dating myself, you know.
Yeah, I like bands like Bison from BC.
I haven't heard them. Are they good?
Bison's good. Yeah, they're more on the heavy metal side
cool.
of things. Yeah, they're really good.
I have to check them out.
Yeah, if you're ever into metal and you feel like taking a little cruise, every year they do the 70,000 tons of metal, and it's like 200 bands or something like that that play. Yeah, and it's really amazing. It's just this big boat of metal music, but it's pretty amazing.
Let's check that out. But yeah, Sarah McLachlan, she's one of my favorite Canadians, I guess. You know.
I know I can't watch her SPCA commercials without crying.
Yeah, I know. I try not to watch that stuff too. I get too sad, you know.
Yeah.
Try not to watch that.
No. Well, that's good. You know, I like to hear that Canadian music is still loud and proud everywhere.
Oh yeah, Canadians, the artists are great. I always think that. I mean, the Canadians they always have really great music coming out of there, you know.
Well, I'm super excited that I got to meet with you today, and I'm so happy that you took time out from your busy schedule to meet with me. And I'm stoked that you're going to be coming out to Vancouver. I cannot wait to see you there.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
And especially, I can't wait to come back out this way and hopefully see Brent Muscat's party if that comes together. If and when that comes together, I would love to
definitely
see
have that together. Like I said, my birthday's April 23rd, so I'm going to try to put it together for the first thing for that. You know.
There you go.
Yeah, just to make it, you know, make it a birthday party, you know.
Very good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
coming out. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.